In FIFA 20, Timo Werner was an unreal 86 overall with 89 potential. Fast forward 4 years later, he's now 79 overall with only 79 potential. So let's save Timo Werner's career. And to do so, I think Tottenham is the perfect place for him to grow. Under Ange, I think he could find himself and find his finishing yet again. So of course, starting off season number 1, Timo Werner is 79 overall at 28 years of age. There's still a little bit of wiggle room for him to grow, but not too much, so we need to capitalise on it immediately. And of course we need to get some training in for Timo Werner. It's a shame we can't do finishing all across the board, because he definitely needs it. Starting off the first game of the season, and we are coming on as a sub up against Leicester, as we do come on over Odegaard, and it was a typical Timo Werner performance as he could not score. He had some good chances, but it was saved from the keeper. He also had another very good chance here, which was blocked by the defender, and he did have a final chance in the closing minutes of the game where he did have a very nice opportunity, but he did sky it. The game though did end at 1-0 and we did win the first game of the season, although Timo Werner ending the game on a shocking 5.8 rating. So of course that means more and more training for Timo Werner. Second game of the season, and we did come on as a substitute again up against Everton, and it was a little bit better this time, although Everton did start off by scoring a penalty here up against Fraser Forster. Although we did fight back as James Madison put a nice ball through to Timo Werner, and this time he did manage to finish it to make it 2-2. Sonny also got a penalty which he did manage to convert, and we did take the lead in this game, getting back 3-2. Although Everton had a last minute penalty which they did manage to finish, and the game did end at 3-3. And Timo Werner walking away with a bit better 7.2 rating. That means we do get our first start of the season, and it is in the Carabao Cup up against Cheltenham. Although there wasn't much action in this game, Cheltenham did get a chance here where they did find themselves one-on-one with the keeper. Thankfully Van der Ven caught up and it was saved from Foster. Although Timo Werner did manage to score to get the winner in a nice little 1-0 victory over Cheltenham. But most importantly, Timo Werner keeps improving as he walks away with an 8 match rating. And we do get our first start in the Premier League as we face Newcastle. And it was a very impressive game from Timo Werner with a nice ball from Sonny. Meant that Timo Werner had a nice tuck into the bottom corner to start things off, making it 1-0 to Tottenham. He also got a very nice assist here where it passed through to Sonny, and Sonny managed to tuck it into the bottom corner to make it 2-0. Although in the second half we did concede a penalty which Alexander Isak did manage to finish, and Harvey Barnes scored an unreal goal here to make it 2-2, and the game did end at 2-2. But Timo Werner walking away with a nice 9.5 rating and also picking up the man of the match. Whoa, hold up. You haven't liked the video yet. You also haven't subscribed. So please make sure you do that, or I will get Hasbulla on the case. 3 games into the season and Spurs are currently sat in 7th place, winning 1 and drawing 2. Although Timo Werner starting off pretty good, 2 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League, also 1 goal in the Carabao Cup, making it 4 goals and 1 assist in 7 games. Halfway through the season and Spurs are now up into 6th place. Of course still in the FA Cup where we face Leicester. Also into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup where we have the North London derby up against Arsenal. And the Europa League is also going pretty well as Spurs are sat in 5th place. Timo Werner though improving drastically. He's now up to an 83 overall and having a very good season. 15 goals and 4 assists in 32 games for Timo Werner. Straight into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, of course, up against Arsenal. And we do manage to beat them in the first leg, beating them 2-1. Timo Werner scoring a goal. And in the second leg, we do beat them again 2-0, making it 4-1 on aggregate. Of course, that means we are into the final of the Carabao Cup. Can Timo Werner and Tottenham grab a trophy as we come up against Man City? Bernardo Silva up this wing. He's got way too much space into Foden. Thankfully, misses. Oh, Haaland inside to Savinho, and Savinho makes it 1-0 to City. They are just completely dominating us at the minute. Savinho through again. He's got a very good chance here, but it's a nice save from Vicario. Timo got a bit of space. Passes through to Sonny. The defender just jumps in, but Sonny is making advantage of that, and he is. Sonny makes it 1-1, equalises, and the game is back on. Oh, nice. They've lost the ball here. Kulusevski through to Son. Can he score? He can. He makes it 2-1 in the 62nd minute. Is it enough, though, to put City away? We have definitely been on the back foot this game. Foden looking dangerous here. They've got too many up. That's an incredible ball through to Haaland, and Haaland, of course, tucks it away. to equalise at 2-2. That ball from Foden was insane. There we go, the end of full time, and we are into extra time. Kevin De Bruyne here. Passes back to Phil Foden. He's trying to get through. It's still Phil Foden. Passes back to De Bruyne. Vicario, though, thankfully is still there. Brandon Johnson going to go for goal. Oh my word, that would have been insane. It has gone into penalties. Enzo Fernandez steps up first and he does slot it home. Erling Haaland up next. There's no doubt there, although that was an awful penalty. Dominic Solanke stepping up. Oh, and a save by Edison. Kevin De Bruyne, though, stepping up. Can we save it back? We can. Vicario, insane. Brandon Johnson stepping up. Of course, almost scored a banger earlier, but he did finish the penalty. Phil Foden, we need some saves here from Vicario. Just slots it bottom corner. Timo Werner, the one that matters the most. Please finish it. He does. What a penalty. Edison is stepping up for some reason. Surely we can get to this. We can't. This is another insane penalty. Pedro Porro, please. We need you to score. It's not. It's saved by Edison, which means if Bernardo Silva scores here, it is game over. And it is. He's dinked it down the middle, and Man City have walked away winning the Carabao Cup. Moving on though, and we are into the quarter-final of the FA Cup up against Liverpool, and we do manage to beat them 2-1. Timo Werner scoring again, and that means we are into the semi-final of the FA Cup where we get lucky facing Birmingham, and we do beat them, although just about beating them 3-2. And Timo Werner managing to pick up the Player of the Month. Moving on though, and we do have another final. This time it's the FA Cup, and we have got pretty lucky as we do face Wolverhampton. Matheus Cunha could have a chance here. He's got someone inside. It's Eze. Eze goes for goal, but it's an easy save. Brandon Johnson, he could have picked out Son there. He hasn't though. Unlucky. Matheus Cunha has got too much space, way too much space, and he manages to slot it home. What a finish that was off the post, past Vicario. Mario Lemina managing to break through our defence. What is that about? Lemina thankfully defended well in the end. Although they have picked it up again, it's out to Lima, inside to Eze, goes for goal, but it's a nice save. Nice, Maddison. Over the top to Son. Son has got a very good chance, and Son tucks it to the bottom corner to equalise at 1-1. Nice, Timo Werner, what a ball that is through to Son, and Son makes it 2-1. What an assist though from Timo Werner. Could that be it? But there we go, we have managed to win a trophy with Timo Werner and Tottenham in the very first season, and it is the FA Cup at that. And that of course means that is trophy number 1 for Timo Werner. End of the season, and it was not a bad season for Tottenham. Managed to finish in 4th place, of course securing Champions League football. Unfortunately, we did get knocked out very early in the round of 16 of the Europa League. Of course, losing the Carabao Cup final to Man City on penalties. Although we did manage to walk away with a trophy, beating Wolves 2-1 in the FA Cup final. Timo Werner though, with a ridiculous season, managed to finish 2nd in the Golden Boot race, of course only behind Erling Haaland. Timo Werner walking away with 29 goals in the Premier League. Although there was more to it, as Timo Werner with a ridiculous season, of course now up to an 87 overall. 42 goals and 15 assists in 64 games is just ridiculous. And that means we do have a very nice offer from Bayern Munich, and we are going to accept it. Which of course means season number 2 means Timo Werner is at Bayern Munich. And he does suit the colours, of course, starting season number 2 and 87 overall. We are looking to improve on that even more. And Timo Werner does start the season with a big game in the final of the Super Cup up against Dortmund. And this game was a Harry Kane masterclass, as he did manage to make it 1-0 very early into this game. He did also get another very good chance to make it 2-0, and that did mean we managed to beat Dortmund to the Super Cup, and it means trophy number 2 for Timo Werner. Although we do have another final on the back of that, and it is the Europa Super Cup up against Roma. And this was just a game of penalties, as Dybala did manage to get one in the 49th minute, which he did manage to convert. Harry Kane though stepped up with one of himself, which he also managed to convert, and this game actually ended up going to penalties itself, so it was literally a penalty masterclass, and it was a save from Simon who managed to win us the Super Cup up against Roma, which means it's trophy number 3 for Timo Werner, and it's seemingly an invisible one. 4 games into the season though, and Bayern Munich are currently sat in 4th place. Timo Werner though already getting 10 games under his belt, which he scores 6 in those ones. Halfway through the season though, and there is a race for the title, arguably between Leipzig, Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, as there's only a 2-point difference. Of course, we are still in the DFB Pokal, although the Champions League at the minute is not going very well, as we are sat in 23rd place, only managing to pick up 1 game. Timo Werner now though is up to an 89 overall at the age of 29, and he is having a very impressive season. 17 goals and 5 assists in 28 games. We are into round 16 of the Champions League up against Porto, and we do manage to beat them 2-1, Timo Werner and Harry Kane scoring. And in the second leg we do completely obliterate them 3-0. Quarter-final of the Champions League, and we have a Bundesliga rivalry in Leverkusen, and the first game is a very tight 2-2 draw. Although we do manage to beat them at home 4-3 on aggregate, of course Timo Werner scoring again. That of course means we are into the semi-final where we face AC Milan, where we do lose the first game 2-1 at home. In the second leg though, we do manage to get back at them, beating them 2-0, which means we are into the final of the Champions League. We are also into the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal, where we do completely obliterate Wolfsburg 5-1. Only a few games left of the Bundesliga, and it is very close between us and Leverkusen. We just have to win the last couple games and score a few goals, and we should manage to beat them. We do have our first game up against Wolfsburg, where we do manage to beat them 3-1, which means it is down to the last game of the season, and all we need to do is just win, and win by a big margin, and we should be okay. And we did start this game very well, as Timo Werner was placed through and he took it himself and managed to make it 1-0. We also had a very nice ball over from Musiala to Harry Kane, of who did manage to make it 2-0, although they did manage to get a penalty in the second half, which Richarlison did tuck away, and that meant that was the end of the game, and we only beat them 2-1, although it was enough for Bayern Munich to win the trophy, which means it's trophy number 4 for Timo Werner. Straight on from that though, and we did have the DFB Pokal final up against Dortmund, and they started very strong with a nice finish here from Guirassy to make it 1-0 for Dortmund, although Harry Kane stepped up with a penalty, and it was a brilliant penalty at that to make it 1-1. And we did get another penalty here, which Harry Kane did convert yet again, and we managed to win the game 2-1 in the 89th minute, which of course means it's trophy number 5 for Timo Werner. And we do have yet another final where we could potentially win 5 trophies this season with Bayern Munich, as we do face Atletico Madrid in the final of the Champions League. Timo Werner down this wing inside to Harry Kane. It's a nice save though. Nice. Harry Kane, Timo Werner just running offside. Harry Kane though finds him yet again. Timo Werner could be through, and Timo Werner slots it home in the 23rd minute to make it 1-0 for Bayern Munich. Julian Alvarez could be through. He's very good chance here. Nice save though from the keeper. Conor Gallagher could be through. Conor Gallagher, it's another nice save from Simon. Half time, and it's only the 1 goal separating us. Nice. Elise slots it over to Harry Kane. It's a very good chance, but he misses. Nice. Harry Kane. He's got Timo Werner up the side if he wants to use him. He does indeed. Timo Werner though running it too wide. Dinks it. Unlucky. But there we go. Game over, and Bayern Munich have managed to make it 5 trophies out of 5 this season, as we do pick up the Champions League, which means it is trophy number 6 yet again for Timo Werner, and it is another invisible trophy. And now at the end of the season, of course, we did win the Super Cup 2-0 against Dortmund, winning the UEFA Super Cup up against Roma, winning the DFB Pokal up against Dortmund 2-1, and of course winning the UEFA Champions League against Atletico Madrid. And we did also pick up the league as well. Timo Werner though at the end of the season is up to an unbelievable 92 overall at the age of 30. 30 goals and 10 assists in 61 games for him as well is insane stats, and a massive improvement of where he is today. And that does mean Timo Werner has been recalled to the Germany national team, where we do face the World Cup. First game of the World Cup though, and we do face Ghana in the group stage, where we do manage to beat them 3-2. Timo Werner scoring his first game back. Our second game is up against Romania, where it was only a 2-2 draw. Of course, Timo Werner scoring 2. Last game of the group stage, where we faced Denmark, and it was another draw at 1-1. Werner scoring yet again. That means we have a very tough game where we face France in the round of 16. Although we do manage to pick up a victory, beating them 2-1 with 2 impressive late goals from Goretzka. Quarter final though, and we do face Netherlands, where we do pick up another 2-1 win. Into the semi-final though, where we face Mexico, and I think Mexico have been very impressive this World Cup. Although we do manage to get past them, beating them 3-1, which means we're into the final of the World Cup. And we do face the holders in Argentina. It's going to be a very hard game. Can Timo Werner make history here with Germany? Florian Wirtz has got players ahead of him. Timo making a run offside though. Julian Brandt out to Raum. Can Raum do anything here? He's got some players in the box. He whips it to Timo Werner. Oh, that is so unlucky. Nice. That is what we want, the fight. Florian Wirtz through to Timo Werner. Goes for goal. Oh, he just misses. Timo has got space ahead of him, and he is utilising that with his pace. Timo Werner, though, he can't tuck it. This is not where we want the old Timo Werner creeping out. Half time and nothing to separate us so far. Nice, Musiala. Timo Werner making a nice run. That is a nice turn from Timo Werner. The defender's gone off nowhere. It's still Timo Werner, and he tucks it home in the 51st minute. What a very nice goal that was from Timo. Was it enough, though, to get the win? Argentina here. McAllister through to Gonzalez. He's got players out on the wing. He's not using them, though. Martinez goes for goal. It's a good save. Musiala dribbling past defenders. That's a lovely bit of dribbling. Getting down this wing. Digs it into Timo Werner. He just can't tuck it away again. Oh, no. Martinez could be through here. It's the 82nd minute. This is not where we want them to tack in. Oh, thankfully, it's a good save from ter Stegen. Palacios goes for goal. It's another save. It's the 89th minute. All we need to do is just get this ball up and keep it. Although we can't do it. Palacios through to Martinez. Please don't score here. He skies it, thankfully. And there we go. Game over. And Germany have walked away with the World Cup with the winning goal coming from Timo Werner. And that means Timo Werner makes it 7 trophies in this video and scoring some ridiculous amounts of goals, winning the World Cup with a nice goal from himself. I would say Timo Werner's career has well and truly been saved.